Hello friends, welcome back. This is Kuldeep from QA Cubicle. So today we are going to learn about the mobile automation. So the agenda for the today's session is how to launch any site in the Android emulator. Okay, and before we will start about this session, I want to tell you a few things. Like the biggest challenge with the mobile automation is we need a lot of prerequisites that needs to be configured on the system. Okay, and if these are things are not configured properly, then we cannot start with the mobile testing. Okay, so I have just mentioned like what kind of prerequisites we need. Okay, and I have already created the videos for the same, so you can refer those videos and you can configure your system as per the required things. Okay, so first the requirement is like we need to have the Android Studio, and we need to create one Android virtual device. Okay, so you can just refer to my this video, and here I have explained like how to set up the Android Studio and create AVD. Okay, and once you have installed the Android Studio successfully, okay, what you need to do, we need to basically set up the environment variable for the Android Studio. Okay, so I will just show you like what changes you need to make. Okay, so just go to the environment variable. Okay, so first thing you need to define your Android home. Okay, so basically here you need to provide path till SDK. Okay, after that go to this here this path edit, and here you need to provide two path. First one is for the SDK tools bin, and second one is SDK platform tools. Okay, so this is the things which you need to do as a part of your Android Studio um, environment variable configuration. Okay, and now the second thing is like once we launch the ABD from our Android uh, Studio, then we need to make sure like it is working fine. So with the work with the help of the ADB commands, we can check like if the device is working fine or not. Okay, so I will show you. So first we need to open the Android device. Okay, and once your Android Studio is launched, then we need to go to the ADB manager. Okay, so go to the tools, ABD manager. Okay, and here you can see that I have created one Android virtual device. Okay, so just select this device and click on this launch device. Okay, so your virtual device is ready. Okay, it's up and running, but we need to make sure like it is working fine or not. So for that, what you need to do, you need to go to the CMD and run the ADB device. Okay, so it will show you the list of the devices that are attached to your system. So you can see like it displayed one device it attached to my system. Okay, so two things are ready with us. Okay, then the next thing is like we need to start the APM server. Okay, so for that what you need to do, you need to go to the CMD. Okay, and simply type the APM. Okay, and you can see like the APM is also running, up and running. Okay, so these are the things we need as the part of infrastructure. Now we'll see like what kind of jar files we need. Okay, so first we need the Selenium jars. So you can download the Selenium jars from Selenium this location. Okay, you can simply select this Java. Okay, and download it. After that you need the APM Java client library. So for that you can go to this location, and okay, so you can basically download these jar files. Okay, so now all your infrastructure has been set properly. Now we will see like how to launch the any website in the APM. So for that we will go to our Eclipse. Okay, and here I have set all the required files in my build path. Okay, so you can go to this path. You will see like I have set up all the things, like all the jar files are set up properly here. Okay, and I have created this program and I will explain it like what I have done here. Okay, so actually this APM server works on the concept of the client server architecture. So basically whatever details we are passing through our Eclipse, that is sent to the APM server in the format of JSON. Okay, and once and the that APM server pass that details to the our real device or the Android devices. Okay, and if that command is executed, or you can say like if the JSON response is successful, then it is given back to our Eclipse. Okay, and we will see the results here. Okay, so what we need to do, so first of all I have done uh, I have created an object of the desired capability classes. Okay, so I have kept it cap. Okay, and after that I need to provide the mobile capabilities. Okay, so basically I need to tell to my APM server like what kind of device I am going to use for the testing, what kind of browser I required. Okay, so that details I need to share with the APM server here. Okay, so I have set the two capabilities here, cap.set capabilities, mobile capability type, the device name. So this is my device name. You can go to here and see like its name is KK here. After that, I need to set the type of browser. Okay, so I have set the mobile capability type browser name. It is Chrome. Okay, and here is one important thing like if we are dealing with the real devices. Okay, so for that you don't need to pass the and ABD name. So we actually simply pass the Android device, and our test cases will be executed successfully on the real devices. Okay, so just point to be remember is here, like if you are dealing with the real device, then use this Android device. If you are dealing with the Android devices, Android virtual devices, then we need to use this ABD name here. Okay. Okay, after that, what we need to do, actually, we need to create an object of the Android driver here. Okay, and as you can see, like I have created here, and we need to pass the detail of our APM server. Okay, along with that, we need to supply the details of the capabilities here. So basically, you can see like our APM server is listening on this port. Okay, that is the 4723. Okay, and this is the IP address of our local machine. So this detail, and this is stands for WebDriver Hub. Okay, so this detail we need to pass here. Okay, and after that what I am doing, simply trying to get the Amazon.com here, and after that I am just printing that Amazon website launched successfully. Okay, hope it is clear. Okay, and now what I will do, I will simply open the APM server logs. Okay, and we will execute this program, and let's see what happens. Okay, run as the Java application. Okay, and let's keep an eye on the APM server logs, like so you can see like it is running. Okay, and this is our device. Okay, yeah, so you can see like Amazon website is launched successfully here. Okay, so you can get this message as well, Amazon website launched successfully. Okay, so so one more thing I want to share here is like I was facing one issue that was related to the Chrome version. So basically what happens, actually we are not very sure like what will be the version of Chrome here. Okay, so sometimes you will encounter this error. Okay, that is related with your Chrome version. So what you need to do in that case, so simply go to your this website and download the Chrome version. Okay, and after that you can go to this particular location, okay, where your Chrome driver is available, and remove the existing one. Okay, and just add the new one which you have downloaded. So basically your Chrome driver should be matching with the Chrome driver exe should be matching with the Chrome driver that is available on your device. So just download the compatible Chrome driver and paste it on this location. Okay, so after that it will work fine. Okay guys, so that's it for today's video. Hope you like it. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.